folks, and welcome to the Points of Interest DroneCast. Today we've got a great show for you. We've got an interview with Facebook administrator and the creator of Drone Pilots of Virginia, Jerry Franks. Also in our news stories today, we have an update on the NFL flyover incident that happened during the playoffs. Praks, what are you doing?
The DJI Store.
Oh, yeah. And also, I've got an update on a DJI Leak for a new DJI drone coming up today. And on the Praks tips, what are you covering?
I'm covering how to set up remote ID and to verify you have it.
Fantastic. Here, get ready for our DroneCast. Exploring the people, places, and technology in the growing drone industry. This is the Points of Interest DroneCast. And once again, welcome back to the Points of Interest DroneCast. I'm Gary.
I'm Praks.
And we got a great show for you today. Before we get into our interview with Jerry Franks, I want to first of all thank our two sponsors. One, I Fly Drones, drone services right here in Virginia, and
I Repair MD. You can ship your drone to us if you have a problem with it, broken iPad, broken laptop, but specializing in DJI drones especially.
Fantastic. Give Praks a call if you've got any broken drone. He can fix it all.
The link is below.
That's right. All right. Well, let's get into our first interview today. I'm really excited about this because we're interviewing a guy who's kind of a hero to me. Mm-hmm. Jerry started the first Facebook group site that I knew of in the area. And he is really a cool guy. I love talking to him. He's an old RC plane guy.
Yes,
planes.
I've seen photos of his property.
Yeah, is it incredible?
Beautiful.
You saw the landing.
You could pretty much land a real helicopter or a small airplane on
that's
that
right.
runway.
The runways. Yeah. All right. And by the way, he's also a real estate media company professional. He can put together all your indoor photos, your HDR, as well as your drone shots. And like I said, he has the same objective to us, bringing this community
just
together.
Advocating professional environment for a drone user and also a public-friendly drone.
Yeah, no, he's doing a great service for us. So let's go check out Jerry's interview right now. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Jerry is, as we already know, we've talked about on the show, that you are the administrator of the Drone Pilots of Virginia. Tell me a little bit about that and how you got it started.
Well, it started when I got into drones. I was flying drones, and I just didn't know that many people that flew drones, and I wanted to start a community that, really I wanted to have a way to reach out for pilots in the area to talk about places to launch from, or, just maybe places to get together and maybe fly. And I just kind of started. I didn't see any other groups that were like Virginia based. So I wanted to just give, maybe some local pilots a way to interact with each other. And it's kind of been growing ever since. It's actually grown outside of Virginia, but it's turned out to be a really great community to, just reach out and get in touch with other pilots.
And what I like about it, I've met some great people through it, including yourself, and I love that. I think that's what to me is the best thing about any groups, but your group in particular, I have kind of made that my home, if I will. And even though there's a lot more out there, I really think yours connects to us here around Richmond and all of Virginia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, tell me a couple of things. First of all, what kind of drone do you fly?
Well, right now I mostly fly the DJI Mini 3 Pro. That's my main go-to drone. That's my favorite to fly. I also have the Avata, the first Avata, and I know now that there's supposedly all these rumors that the Avata 2 is coming out.
Heard that too.
Phantom 4 Pro that I don't fly probably in quite a while now, and a Mini 1.
Okay, yeah, I think I've got a Mini 1 as well. I haven't pulled that out for a while, but nothing beats the Mini 3 or Mini 4 for convenience. You can literally put it in your shirt pocket, right?
I love it.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to ask you a couple of things. What motivated you to get into the drone world? What was your start?
Well, I've always loved anything to do with aviation. From a kid, I thought growing up I wanted to be a pilot. I met my father-in-law at the time, my wife's dad, and he he has been in the aviation his whole life. He was in the Air Force, and he was a RC plane flyer. He built them and flew. He loved just building them more than actually flying them. And the first time he lived out on a farm local here, and he taught me into taking one of the planes up a while. I guess I don't know how long ago. It was a gas plane, and it was back before they had that safe flight. So it's constant input. So I was really nervous. I knew I was going to crash it, but I was lucky enough to get it up, fly it around for about 5 minutes, and get it back on the ground, and loved it. But that's where we kind of started with the planes, and then he actually bought a Phantom 4. And I didn't even know much about drones. I knew my neighbor had one, but I really wasn't, I didn't know much about it. I only saw him fly it maybe once. But I went out there one time to the farm, and he was like, yeah, I got this drone because, I can take it up and I can go do surveillance on my property. If I have horses out or something like that, I could go over here. So he was showing it to me, let me fly it. I was just amazed. I was like, oh my gosh, we can fly it all the way to the other side of the property. And I can just lay the controller down because, it's not like flying an RC airplane where you got to constantly do the input. It's just, I was amazed, and I was hooked from then. So he let me fly that one a lot. That was my start.
Now, I remember after watching some footage of you flying the Avata that you have on your property, I guess your father or grandfather built the runway.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, he always wanted that. He passed away unfortunately in June of last year, but he got the runway built. It was almost completed. It's a super nice runway. He had a whole fleet of airplanes. I would say it's probably as good as any airport you'll find, especially for RC airplanes. You got 2 directional runways running long. They're made out of, I can't remember the tarp or whatever that he put down. Geotex, I think is what it is, but it's just amazing.
Same thing on a tennis court, probably.
Yeah, it's super nice, super smooth. And my daughter got into flying RC airplanes. Once I kind of got into drones, I kind of went that way where my daughter got into RC airplanes, and she started flying with my father-in-law all the time. So they had a really nice bond. They were able to put planes together and, fly them. And I think one of the last planes I've flown, he had a jet, and I was flying it around, and I flew it around for, maybe 5 minutes, and then I nosedived it right into the ground. It was like a missile. It just exploded, and I felt so bad.
How much money would go into an RC jet?
Surprisingly, they're not as expensive as, it once was. Now they're, a lot of them are like, I guess it's like that styrofoam. But he was able to put it back together. It just needed a new fuselage and, some new landing gears, which it destroyed. But I honestly, I don't know. His passion was building, and my passion was flying.
Sure. Well, I think you answered one of my questions, and that is the technological innovations that probably you felt it. And I guess when you saw the Phantom from your RC days, the GPS was probably one huge leap. But is there anything else that you can think of that is really something that changed it for you?
The GPS, even with the RC airplanes now, they have like I can't remember what it's called. I think Safe Flight, so you have different levels, which is incredible. So somebody learning to fly now, they can just flip the switch and the plane will not go upside down. So the learning curve is so much easier now for flying. Plus you have all like the simulators to learn in before you even go up.
Sure.
I think one of the biggest advances to me is the cameras. The cameras, just going back to the Mini 1 to the Mini 3 Pro, the change in camera is just amazing. And the ability to different options to do while you're flying.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a huge difference. I've heard that on the new Inspire 3 that the camera there is as good as a Red. So, it's incredible what is happening with the camera technology too. Tell me about you live in Roanoke area, right?
Right. Yep.
And so what do you find in Roanoke that you like to drone?
I'll be honest with you, wherever I can get the drone up is my favorite place at the time. I carry my drone. I carry a backpack that carries my Mini 3 Pro and my Avata in it with all the batteries. Mm-hmm. And whenever I'm out working, running around, I always have that backpack with me. If the weather's good and I see something, I will pull over and put the drone up and, I'll get as much footage as I can.
What would you say is a highlight to your career in droning and or the website itself that you've created for us?
As far as like the Facebook group, I am just blown away at how many people's joined that group and the talent that's in there. It's just, amazes me. It gives people a way to kind of like advertise their work and give other people ideas of stuff that they've put out there. I'm always looking at like YouTube and Facebook groups, and I'm like, oh, you know what? We've got something like that similar in this area. I should go over there and try to fly there. So always getting ideas like that.
Awesome. Awesome. Again, I enjoy it so much. Look, one of my favorite features is the top down Tuesday. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And what other things like that do you feature through the week?
Well, top down Tuesday and wide open Wednesday. Those came from another Facebook group that's huge that I highly recommend people check out. It's the United States Drone Society. They're the ones. They're the ones that have it every week. They do a live show, a live stream every Sunday. I think at 8 o'clock. And then in the people will put those up for Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then on Friday, I always start a featured photo of the week, FPW. And what it does is everybody submits their favorite photo of the week on that post. And then whoever gets the most likes on Sunday, they become their picture will become our title page for the group for that week.
I love that. I love that. And our mutual friend, Kim Mirzwa, she's often been that person. She does a great job. She does a super job. And I have already interviewed her, and she'll appear on one of these shows real soon for us.
Great. Okay.
So, I guess we've all been talking lately about the remote ID and its pros and cons. Tell me about what your thoughts are on that.
I mean, I think it's here to stay. I mean, I think there's, I know there was a lot of griping in the beginning, but I mean, it's just one of those hurdles you got to jump through. I know there's so many people unhappy with it. I've talked to, hobbyists that fly planes, RC airplanes, that are really not happy with it. They kind of blame the drones for having, they're going to have to be, having this digital license plate. But I mean, it's just one of those things that's here. I don't know if there's nothing we can do about it. All my drones now are compliant with the latest updates from DJI, even the Phantom 4 Pro. So, I mean, I've tried even to look at like the app that, to where you can see the drones, supposedly like if somebody saw a drone, they could pinpoint the pilot and all that, but I haven't had any luck with that yet. So,
well, maybe it's not working, so we'll be safe for a while.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, that's great. Let's talk about something that's coming up that I'm hoping that I'm going to use your drone platform, the Drone Pilots of Virginia, to advertise. But I'm going to put on a scavenger hunt, which is going to be you got to find certain photos, specific places that will have you take a photo, and some other, just like we're going to give you a prompt, and you'll figure out how to take a picture of something that fits the prompt. And we're doing that coming up, and I'm going to definitely hope that all those people that are on your channel will be a part of that coming soon, sometime in April.
That sounds so exciting. I haven't seen anything like it, so I hope that I can make it, and I'm planning to be there as long as I can.
And have you heard, is there any other fly-ins that your group is planning anytime soon that you've heard of?
No, that's one thing I have written down here. I was like, I've been talking about it probably since the group began, trying to get together some, fly-ins. One of the members, Maynard, up in the Charlottesville area, he's had, I think, 2 now. One each year. Beautiful location, great. That's where I actually met you for the first time. Was
at
up
the
there.
winery.
That's like I said. That's one thing I've got written down here. That's something I need to try to do this year. Is just try to start picking some dates. It doesn't have to necessarily be a huge fly-in, but just try to get some dates to where if people can get together and the weather's good, we can all get out and fly together.
I think that's really, again, the magic of your site that you've created and what the people within this drone community are really good at. I think we all are kind of try to be friendly and work with each other and help each other. And that is such a great thing for us just as a human race, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the drone community from a whole is one of the most supportive groups I've been a part of. Mm-hmm. From day one, I mean, it's just been, the people will help you. If you have questions, any advice you need, it's it's kind of another reason the group was started. Just like if you had a question on something, just reach out. Somebody will be able to help you. And it doesn't matter if it's a little thing or, something really major. Somebody out there will have probably the answer, or they'll be able to put you in contact with somebody that can help.
Yeah. And you know what I love too? I really just have never encountered any rudeness from any question that I've proposed at all,
Yeah.
which I love.
Well,
that.
and I agree. I think for the most part, but we got some good moderators that help. If there's any type of something that comes through there, they can delete it. So it's kind of like it's like a family there. If somebody sees something, they'll let me know or they'll take it down. And it's like you said, I want it to be a positive group.
Sure. Well, tell me, Jerry, what is the future for you in the drone world?
I don't know. Let's see where it goes. I guess I'll be honest with you. One of the things that scares me is the DJI ban, because all of my drones are DJI, and I've I'll cross that bridge when it gets here, but it makes me nervous. I know it makes a lot of people nervous. But until then, I'm just going to keep flying and trying to get better every day.
We talked about that ban, or the bill to ban all foreign-made drones, and we put a link up. We'll do that again today, because I really think it's important that we reach out to our Congress people and tell them that this is a kind of a thing that could hurt a lot of us, and they don't even realize that 95% of us own DJI.
Yeah.
I do almost exclusively. I think I have one drone that's not DJI, and I have so much money that I've now put into DJI, and it would be an absolute disaster for me as a business to lose that. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think it would, I don't know if it would destroy the hobby, but it would really discourage a lot of people, because I don't know the availability of what's out there that's not, that wouldn't be banned. But I know the quality's not there right now. I don't know if somebody's going to step up and fill that void, but I don't see it happen anytime soon.
Sure. We'll be talking actually next week to one of the companies, Skydio. They're the next closest thing we've got, probably, but the cost is a lot more than a DJI is. So it'll change it for all of us. Well, Jerry, I want to thank you again for coming on board. I know you're a busy man. I didn't even ask, what do you do when you're not droning? What is your real occupation?
I work in reprocessing medical equipment. I go to local hospitals all over the area, and we reprocess different medical equipment from like the OR, ICUs, and just like patient floors.
Sure. And you said you spoke of your daughter before. Any other droners in the family?
I've got a son and a daughter. And my daughter loves flying like I do. Like, she flies the RC planes, but she prefers the RC planes still over drones. I feel like sometimes she does it just because she knows I like it so much. So she wants to do something different. But my son, he's a technology guy, but he's never got into drones. So maybe one day,
Sure.
I'll keep trying.
Sure. Hey, listen, thanks again, Jerry, for being with us. I look forward to encountering you on your Facebook site. I hope other people will join. We're going to put that address right here at the bottom and get more people on board, because it's a great place, a great community. And that's what this show is about. And that's what you're about. That's why we had you. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Anytime. I appreciate everything. And I love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bye for now.
See you later.
Hey, we're back. That was a great interview, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
He's
really nice.
He's a cool guy.
We need to swing by that property and fly our drone.
I know.
Once we get the new FPV drone, we might want to try that.
It is a huge space. I mean, it would be fun. I saw him flying in Nevada out there. That's how I even found out about the runway.
Is he interested in adopting a 45-year-old guy?
Yeah, I'm sure he would. He's got 2 children of his own, as he talked about. Anyway, so that was great. Let's get to our news stories. All right, we've got some great news stories for you today in drone news, and we're going to start off with Praks. Tell us what you've got.
Well, I'm excited. 3 more days. April the 1st, DJI is opening the first ever showroom store in New York City. And it's exciting. It's on 5th Avenue between 53rd and 52nd.
The high rent district.
Really high rent. And it's a space inspired by Apple. So they're going with the ultra minimalist. ultra modern, futuristic showroom, and we'll have a lot of aluminum and oak composite. DJI is attempting to turn their brand from strictly an online presence to a everyday player in the growing creative field. So they'll be selling extensive selection of consumer drones, camera technologies. The new store will feature new modern products like the Ronin, Osmo Pocket, Action Camera, the latest Mavic, Air, Mini, Avata, Inspired, and Mini FPV drones.
Very cool. So you can go in the store, buy it, and walk out.
You can look at it, you can buy it, walk out, but I don't think you can fly it in
You
New
can't
York
fly
City.
to New York City. But
That's the downside.
I think that's going to be a road trip for us. I really
yeah,
want to go
we
up
do.
there. We'll go up
Oh,
there
yes.
and get some footage of that. That
I'm
sounds
excited.
like a lot of fun. Well, I've got a couple of little items to go over in my news stories. And the first is an update. The update on the Baltimore drone flyover during the playoff game. Well, it turned out the guy, remember, he just said, "Oh, I didn't know." You know, simple, easy excuse.
You know
well,
what?
He only got a $500 fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would just revoke his, his right to own a drone.
Ever.
You know?
Right.
He's going with the old trick, you know?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know, Better to ask forgiveness and permission.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
so that's all the FAA is going to do to him, and I think that's too bad because I really think that if FAA got a little tougher, there might be a little less of this kind of bad behavior.
I can see people, especially content creator, seeing only a $500 fine. They're going to push the envelope.
Yeah. Well, and here's the next thing. Of course, we may have heard rumors that DJI is going to be releasing, and you said you saw it soon.
Yes.
A brand new DJI drone, and it's going to be fun. We've got it. The first one here on the table, the Avata.
Yep.
The Avata is going to be the new drone, and
Beautiful.
and it's a bigger drone. It's going to have bigger motors.
It's more rugged.
Yep, they're going to go away from the 5 prop to a 3 prop, which is going to give it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to make it faster, they say. And also with the larger motors, we could do some things like barrel rolls, some of the things you see that the real FPV guys do.
Oh, yes.
You know, we saw Dano
Yes.
a couple weeks ago doing his stuff.
Probably going to increase the speed too.
Yep, all
More
of that.
durability.
It weighs a little more, different battery, but a better camera.
So you still need to register with remote ID.
That's right,
for this
because
to
it's
work.
over 250 grams. So
Wow, yes.
the new one will be even more weight than this, obviously.
Oh, yes.
It's also a new lighter weight plastic, but I think the size will bring it back to a pretty
got it.
high number.
Very
but
nice.
The camera technology is going to be the same as we have here on studio.
yes. Yep.
These are the Action 4 cams,
Yes.
and they're putting that same sensor in there.
Very nice.
So this is going to be fun. And did you say you saw an open date when they're going to release it? Just soon?
Yes, I believe it's next week, around the 26th.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a Avata 1, I've got one here for sale because I got to get an Avata 2. So
I might just buy it off you.
there you go. All right. Well, that's going to do it for our news today. And coming up next, Praks Tips. All right, ready for today's Prak Tips. Now, you know, Prak is one of these guys who gets deep into all the tech. And so today he's going to help some of us who haven't quite figured out how to get in there and set up our remote ID. Prak?
Well, yes, it's a little tricky if you're not familiar with it, but once you do it once, it's really easy. Okay, so because of the new law, you have all drone weighing more than the
290?
290 gram needs to be registered with remote ID. And all the new drones, majority, like I would say 95% of the DJI drone out now
Right.
in the last 4 years already have remote ID built into it. However, you would still need to do it through the website. You can find the serial number in the battery well of the drone. You can find it on the back of your remote and also in the retail box, in the box itself. But I'm going to show you how to pull it from your controller, okay? So now turn on the controller. Once the controller is on, turn on your drone, because that way the drone will communicate with the controller. Once you get to the actual screen, the drone view screen, all right, allow the device to start. And so from here, just go to your Go Fly view, and then there are 3 dots to the top right. Tap on that. Okay. Now go to About. Scroll down, and you are going to look up this flight controller serial number or the aircraft serial number. It's exactly the same. Now go to the FAA website. The link is below. Log in to your account. Okay. If you don't have one, create one. Agree to the terms of use. Okay. And launch your drone owner's pilot portal or dashboard. And that will allow you can see your FAA classification. And then from here, you can just go ahead and manage device. Type in what kind of device. If yours is transmitting, broadcasting video, you hit yes. Now type what kind it is. Standard is when it's built into the controller or the drone. Now name, give it a nickname. This is what people are going to see when they point their smartphone at it and see. So I call this iRepairMD Raptor 4, because I like to call all my drones Raptor because they are a bird of prey. Manufacturer, DJI, model, Mavic 3. Then enter the serial number right here. Okay, and once you successfully add the serial number, it'll say add device. And there you go, you are done. And again, you can repeat the step if you have multiple more drones.
Hey, great information, Prak. Good stuff. So how can we find more information if we need it?
The link is below. And again, if you have issues, just play back the video and just follow step by step. I made it as easy as possible.
And that's what's really cool. Prak has a lot of videos on his channel with the iRepairMD channel. Check it out if you can do anything or need to do anything with a drone. You'll find it there. So that's going to conclude our show today. Next week, we've got a really exciting interview again with another local droner. This time, it's a girl droner. That's right. That's right.
Very few of them.
Girl power.
We need more. We need more.
Kim Merzwa is a really fantastic photographer and the videographer as well, aerial photos, and we'll be talking to her. So we'll look forward to that. Nice. And I look forward to you guys joining us here. I'm Gary.
I'm Prak.
Oh, you know what, Prak? Don't forget.
What's
coming up next week?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
We've got an eclipse coming.
Yes.
So we better be ready for it.
We are ready.
Okay. Hey, guys.
I can't see anything right now through this, but I'm pretty sure looking at the sun, I can see the eclipse.
Take care and fly safe.
Take care.
Wait, what are you doing?